Alright, well, we got a Solutionator movie tier list here, and we got the boys back from the Solutionators. We got
Hey,
we got Wes, we got Jake, and we got Evan.
Yep. All right.
What's
I
up,
did it
guys?
again.
enthusiastic. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
So, we gonna be rating these movies today. So, let's see. I'll go ahead and start us off with an absolute banger. Pre episode one. Everyone loves
Mm,
this one. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
part one.
Dude, this is like
Right there.
eating tobacco and like drinking whiskey kind of movie, Sophisticated. Takes a higher level of thinking.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
for sure. The I like the setting of it. Instead of like inside of a warehouse, it's like out in the woods. It's kind of more adventurous kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bold set change, I guess. I don't know if we fully executed. I don't know if we were prepared for the set change because of the audio issues with the leaves or whatever. But
That is true.
it was a good decision to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, the introduction scene where we all walk across the screen is
Yeah,
fire.
but that is
Definitely
one of the
best scene.
highlights.
Yes.
God tier, yeah.
That's I mean, that's great media.
If there's ever an iconic moment that should be reprised, it is that moment because it's like perfectly cheesy, while it's something completely new for the series. When people are watching that, they're like, "Wow, I didn't expect that."
And it is kind of the first thing that people would see if they watch it in order. So it's a good
Yeah.
opener.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a lot
Hmm.
of new people in it, so that's kind of cool. But
Yeah, true, true.
you guys
Come back.
thinking A tier's kind of respectable, or you got any different
I
opinions on
think
that?
uh
I'm
A tier is
low
high and
A, high
proud.
B.
I think that's good. Yeah,
I
maybe a high B.
I'd say
But I
B,
think
but
no here.
we
I
can
think it's gonna
just
be the last of A. So whatever we put in A, we have to put it in front of that. I think that's fair.
You think so? That's
right.
fine.
Keep it in A.
That does sound fair. All right. Um, let's go with good old Doctor Brains. Well,
What happens in this movie, bro?
well, we're talking about the remastered version, which is a lot better
Uh,
than the first one. There's like a lot
Hmm.
of fighting in this one. So
Yeah.
Action
the
sequences.
choreography was incredible.
I'm gonna give it B.
Yeah, B tier is good.
What you guys thinking?
Yeah. I
I
think
this
the
Not as good set as but
Yeah, I mean, we're confined to the household, but I think with this movie especially, we did make good use of dividing up the different areas for different fight scenes. I think that's one thing I'd say is pretty good. Um, as in like the hallway versus the kitchen, like we made sure each character, as they were split up in this movie a good bit, right?
Yeah,
Um,
we're
we made
pretty split up in
sure
a lot of them, to be honest.
yeah, we
Yeah,
made sure that each
Meth
character had their
Hotel.
own little dominion to have a little plot arc in, right?
Yup. I
I
remember getting
this one
absolutely
honestly I
destroyed in
can't
the basement.
Yeah. But yeah, the action was pretty cool, I guess. Just the plot wasn't really existent until like the last minute, where talking about the clone ideas, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah, because
we
Um,
it
took.
kind of like was like filler to just build up to the connection. I feel like the entire movie was just on that last scene. It was building up, but it
yeah,
wasn't really building up per se
it
because
just kind of
there was nothing
happened.
connecting. It just kind of filler, then it showed up.
Hmm.
Right. It was pretty good though. I mean, at least we
Yeah,
established where
like
the
the
clones
movie's
came
good. It was
from.
just a bit disconnected by the end.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like kind
Agreed.
of shoehorn some those newspaper articles,
The
like
Lord.
Siege
Yeah.
reading them. He's like,
Oh, I forgot about
interesting.
That's where I'd also justify pre-episode one there above, because the plot line with darkness and like the whole capturing scene and everything, that actually felt like that was their goal. They set out into the woods to do that, and then they followed up with their plan, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I never really realized like the whole darkness like capsule plot line. Like I guess I always like knew about it in the back of my mind, but until recently I never really thought about like how much it just carries over between all the movies and how even though we made the movies like so separate from each other at different times, it like makes sense like throughout the
Yeah,
movies. We made it so hard for ourselves, but it still worked out.
it's surprisingly coherent, and I think also remastering the first two was a really good choice. Um, you know, I think that was a good choice
Yeah.
to establish some baseline stuff.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. Episode 4, I'm gonna say bam.
Yes.
Nah, man, put it back at the seat.
No. There's no way. If we're gonna put anything in the bottom tier, this is gonna be the bare minimum that's there. Something has to go there.
This
Yeah,
this is
something.
probably the bottom, but I will defend it in saying that
No,
it
you
did
won't.
establish.
Hold up.
So you won't defend it.
Bro,
Don't
that
saying that
one
it
scene is
established
there.
so crazy. I can't believe it exists.
it established some new villains, and that's the only good
Whoa.
part.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is the
insane.
main thing it did.
It's like
But
top
then it
3
didn't.
worst
It didn't.
scenes.
But you introduced them, and then nothing really happened to them.
Not in the movie, but like they were used throughout the franchise, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, and it was Snip's kind of bigger debut. We had the Marvel teaser at the end
Oh yeah.
of the last movie, and we kind of followed up there. So it wasn't all bad, but as far as the execution, it was kind of awful. A
Mhm.
lot of like measly roaming around stuff, like not a lot of direction there.
Yeah, some pretty long scenes compared to episode 3 that happened the previous day.
That's some like 1917 long shot scenes in
Facts,
there,
bro.
man.
That's a good way to put it. Um,
Is this the movie with the where we carry Stalker to the couch?
No, you
So-
guys
I
carry me,
believe
bro.
so.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, yeah, no, carried you.
Yes, yeah.
Trans literally showed up, shot me, and then just left.
That's a great scene, man.
we
Really emotional.
I know.
I really thought he
Onslaught, are you
died there.
okay? You okay? No, man, I'm
It really-
dying.
I'm not gonna say that. If you know what it reminds me of a certain type of acting.
Evan, what you're thinking of is in Delta Base, I think, where Camden gets poisoned and
Yeah,
tries to find the antidote.
that also
Ah.
happens.
Literally the same thing that Trans did. Like, Trans did the same thing, bro. He shot someone and dipped.
He's a one-trick pony. He's
There's
really
just-
bad at executing.
Yeah, he doesn't want to watch him die, so he just leaves.
He just really wants to show off his teleporter.
For real.
I got this so I can teleport away from my victims.
Alright, so we'll leave that one there for now.
No, that's
Stand there, bro.
Let's stay.
Yeah.
Stand there.
Alright, I'm glad we all agree. Episode 5. The movie
Whoa.
that things kind of started to turn up after this. The lore
This
kind
is
of started
important.
making sense. Lots of
Yeah.
stuff happened in this one. Episode 4 kind of
Remember
started
what
up,
happened?
but
Hold on.
I feel like it's better than
Um,
Dr. Brains for sure.
Episode 5, you say?
episode 5.
Episode
Yeah.
5 is like
Oh yeah.
Episode 5's like you forgot to watch a Marvel movie, like or like a Disney Plus show, so you couldn't get the actual
Yeah.
stuff in the mainline movie. It's like the episode 5 was like that. Like you would have to figure out what's going on beforehand for you to know anything.
That
There was
is a
nothing like
good
it was.
comparison.
It wasn't a self-contained film.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily. I think that's pretty much where we decided to really connect the films more, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this one's better than the prequel.
Really?
Really.
It's a
I don't
bold
know.
statement.
Okay.
It's like it's got the darkness combat scene, right? Or teleports. You know,
Well,
that's
let's
Yeah,
that's
also-
kinda
also,
good.
everyone just like teleporting.
Might
That's
I bring
great.
up? Might I bring up the opening scene with the "Oh no, they're coming" from Evans?
And
famous
yeah,
line
also
there?
what's that character's name? He's crazy. He's cool. I like
Wasn't
him.
he just a clone?
X7.
No,
Yeah,
he
he
has like
was. Just a
X7.
random
He's
clone.
awesome.
Oh
I
yeah,
like him.
He was the
X7.
superior corn.
Oh, X7.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
important, awesome character.
Helmet
Really
made a
added to
difference.
the
It's
feel of the movie.
integral. It's an integral part of the
It's
lore.
basically just like Snip 2 in a way, but you know,
we
Yep.
we
it's
also
great.
had
It's
special. We
Sif
also
cannot be upgraded anymore.
we also had special effects in this one with the smoke bomb
Oh
or
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
did.
good.
That
See, this
worked
movie's
mustard
so
gas,
well.
ambitious.
whatever.
It's such an
we
ambitious
we
film.
upped the budget
Yes, we did. Went out to our
by
local
like a whole
Walmart and bought a
$5.
$5 smoke bomb.
This
So
I
Truly
really do like
subversive.
this one. I don't know if it's better than pre-episode 1,
I
but I do like it because it really feels like the Solutionators are going all out in this one. It's like Avengers. It's like the Infinity War to me.
Hmm.
it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yep. All right, let's head back to the prequels. Let's go with pre-episode 1, part 2. So this was at the
Banger.
that one bigger school.
Pretty good. This might be C tier. This was a banger.
Really? This is a, this,
This
is
is this
Well,
is S
listen.
tier in my opinion.
This is
This
S
is-
tier.
Yeah, and it's so
100%.
many memorable points.
wide breadth in the cast. Amazing cast.
It was
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
good movie.
Amazing cast. All the memorable moments. The ending.
The shock scene where he uses the electric
Yeah.
security
Oh, yeah.
field. And yeah, the
Yeah,
ending
that
with the
orgy.
explosion.
Mhm.
This was the most coherent movie we've ever done, I think.
This
Yeah.
is the Infinity War of Solutionators.
I think it was the first time the Solutionators were attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they were. Yeah, the first time they're not attacking, like they're being attacked, they're
Uh-huh.
being pushed back, and that was never seen before.
Yeah, I think that it definitely felt really connected to to pre-episode 1. And it was our best set yet. Like where pre-episode 1 was a unique set, this one was a unique set and it was executed well for for the sake of what was trying to be conveyed, I guess, and especially with the character of Officer Chairman. That really kind of sold the set to me as like a guy defending a base by himself or whatever, like a technician kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quite a banger of a movie. Not gonna lie. The only problem I have with it is my own fault, making the music way too loud. So a lot of times you can't hear it.
Yeah, true,
Or
but
dialogue.
the addition that is a good thing to note though. The addition of music does make it feel more alive,
Yeah.
regardless if it was I mean we're not working with mics or anything, you know.
Mhm.
We were very Hitchcock-esque prior.
Yeah, it's unique.
I remember having to yell so loud, like as Dr. Brains on like the long range battle, just to like
Yeah.
have the camera hear me, like when I'm like 100 yards away.
Yeah, investing in some basic mics would have helped, but we got the job done.
Yes, we did. All right, our first S tier. I respect it. All right, let's go to episode 1.
Bro, my performance in this movie is electric. I get
I
to do
think
Juilliard for this movie alone.
I'm thinking.
I think it's A tier.
I'm thinking.
You think it's A tier? I'd say C
Bro, I'm
tier. It's
thinking this
below
is
Dr.
C
Brain.
tier.
I'm thinking high
Whoa,
D.
whoa, whoa!
Really?
Hold
I'm
on.
thinking
We
low
seem to be
C
divided here.
because of the
Oh,
charm
But
and
this
wit of
introduced
my
the
character.
barking beast, which was then again brought up. It was a continuous character that has had some credit, right?
That is true.
He did last a long time.
And he gets his character arc.
Barky Beast is my guy, dude.
Yes, he is.
This is important.
Isn't he like your only character?
I feel like because
That's
it's
not
the
a
first
clone.
movie, you gotta give
He's
it
got
like
darkness.
C.
Oh, he's got
Yeah, but
darkness.
this
That's
is my
right.
OG.
Yeah, and X7, you know.
Wow.
X7.
Okay,
not
X7 was a
as
throwaway villain.
I like
It's
your
like-
I guess
profile pic,
so.
by the way.
Low C.
It also
I think
seems
C
to
My
tier.
guy.
It was humble beginnings.
Yeah, this
It
is
is
important.
It establishes the safe place, I believe, right? Does it start with
Yeah.
currently in the safe place,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. I guess.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think
It's-
I'm fine to
put
see
it at the
just 'cause
C tier,
it feels
okay? C
important.
tier just because of how much it establishes,
You
and
know,
it's the
right.
beginning.
feel
One
like it deserves
criticism,
Fair.
one criticism though is that the safe
One?
place seems to be like literally right under the base of the barking beast.
Hey, no one
So
knows that. No one knows that.
No one
You're not
knows.
supposed to know that,
It's a
bro.
safe place.
It's not the
it's a
same
little
place
confusing.
darkness was summoned, or where Siege finds stuff, and like it's definitely a different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Warehouse.
I also like the warehouse cam footage of
Oh yeah,
it following them from behind. It's interesting.
No, there's so many shots of us going upstairs, bro. Might get like a violation from it, but we haven't gotten one yet. So
Yeah.
Alright, so we're sticking with C tier for right now. Let's go to pre-episode 3. So this was the most recent one.
Wait, what
Okay.
Oh
happened in this
yeah.
movie?
This one
You don't
was a
I
remember?
little
really
older.
don't remember a single detail about this. What is it?
I'm thinking.
Someone's got to refresh me on this one.
Just gotta refresh. This one's blank.
Yeah, I'm
Wasn't the
pulling it up. Hold on.
Yeah, I want to see this. Rise of the Clones.
Was it Rise? Yeah, Rise of the Clones.
Yes.
This is I don't remember what happens in this one.
just
uh,
blanking?
it's basically just
This
setting up episode 3 with Screamer and Siege going into the base, getting attacked,
Oh, this
yeah.
and then.
does this have that one
Outcome.
scene with the box?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does have the box scene. That's a
Oh.
redeeming quality.
Oh, it's
That
got the
is-
defense scene. It's got the defense action
Oh.
scene.
Oh yeah, where I lay down in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
If you're with the one
Yeah.
where you lay down, I think that's 2. But this one, you're behind a crate.
Yeah, you're behind a crate in this
shooting
one.
out like the back door.
Yeah.
My poor clone.
Oh, that. Okay. Now. Okay.
Yeah, this is
So
like
it's
oh
like-
no, my clone. One.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
fire, actually.
I think
Oh, wait, this is where Ty has his neon shirt escapade.
That's my least favorite part of this movie.
Really? Oh, I think it's good.
The glow stick man.
it's continuity, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
It's
that's
not
a shirt to
too
what I was wearing in
terrible.
3. Yeah, yellow.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty soulless movie, but I don't know if it does have some good establishing points, I guess. That's the only credit I give
It's
it.
not below
I
B.
think it's B tier. I think it's B tier.
It doesn't go below.
B or C, I'd say.
No, I don't think it's C.
It's
Maybe
not
it's
C.
a
I think
higher
it's
B.
I'd say
first a B.
B's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. First B. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Solid movie. Solid. Alright. Let's go ahead and do episode 6, where it belongs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Episode 6
Right.
is fun.
Yes.
I think it was the set worked pretty well,
Was that
honestly.
change, right?
What?
Yeah.
This is a new set when it was
Yeah.
released, right? Yeah.
Yes. This one had some good nature scenes that weren't super drowned out by leaf crunching. So that's a perk.
Mm.
This one had the sniper scene in it.
Plus the field battle, which is a pretty good climax.
Yeah, with
Yeah, I
the
think the
Miss
battle
and
in
stuff.
the battle in that field was pretty good. I'd
Yeah.
say for all things considered, it was pretty solid for a Solutionator fight.
I'm pretty sure this is my favorite movie.
Really?
It also has a good Dr. Brains fight.
I wouldn't have
The
guessed that.
choreography and fighting in this movie is really good. I think that's we peaked here.
It does. It's just pretty solid out. Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
it's really consistent all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
the
a
contour of the
gem.
story is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gem. And like Solutionator is like, if we have a consistent movie, we did well. Like that doesn't always happen. We have a consistently
Yeah.
good movie.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that it's consistently something.
I'd say
Should be.
pre-episode 2 or pre-episode 1 part 2 and this one definitely do that very well.
Yes. If the board was blank right now, where would you put episode 6, Evan?
Well, I mean, you've kind of swayed me more, but I would probably say A, if I'm being honest. But I get the S. I think it makes sense. I'm happy with it.
Right.
What's your favorite movie? You think?
Hmm.
It's a big question.
Other than Barking Beast, I would have to say probably like
Earl.
you know, I think Delta Base is definitely actually one of the better ones, but I would almost say War of the Clones is kind of a classic.
It is a
But
classic. I like that one.
I kind of like War of the Clones just because it feels like the most Solutionator movie of all time.
That-
Yeah, that's probably my favorite too. That or the
It's
one of the
always just
prequel
stayed
movies.
with me as the Solutionator movie, but
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what I've always thought of as it just like because when we made it, it felt like after the first two episodes, that's when we kind of started taking it seriously in a way, and it started
oh
becoming
yeah.
big.
Yeah.
And this was kind
That's,
of the point where the action started to become cohesive, and there was an actual story.
Yeah.
So I guess
I
that's why.
That's a good point. I'm gonna make
yeah.
I'm gonna make a move.
That's fine. Yeah. Those- that's that's a tier of its own. Those two movies, first two movies, man,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
a different world.
All right.
Yeah.
Since we're discussing it, episode 3.
I
Uh,
I'd
Yeah, to me
also
this is
say
S,
yeah.
which is
yeah.
really funny that we have three S tiers, but this is we deserve it. We deserve it.
It's yeah, definitely S or A for me. I think it's my only big criticism is that it's a bit short.
Well,
Um,
the scripts are awesome, man. I've been saying this.
It's like
Yeah.
it's quality over quantity in that respect.
I think
Yeah,
it is, yeah, but
Things happen
yeah,
very fast in it.
it does. Yeah, I think it the pacing is very fast. It's like Whiplash, you know.
Mm.
keeps my attention.
But it is
Oh,
good. I think
Keeps you
it
on your
is.
toes, man.
It's not a yeah. It's not really a bad thing. Um, and it does have like the teleporter scene and everything, right? And that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was the first time doing the teleporter. That was the first
Yeah.
time we ever had clones. Like clones was introduced in this movie, and there was
yeah,
no
that's also
backstory
part of my.
behind them. They just appeared, and we had to later come up with a backstory.
All right.
Yeah. And it had the I mean, it had some pretty iconic fight scenes with
Well, there's that
Crave.
one scene where my camera is completely off to the right, and I'm not recording anyone while I'm running, following
Oh
them.
yeah.
Is
Well,
that was in that movie, right?
Yep. Yes, it was.
That's a classic shot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
it also has the flashback scene, which is pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of iconic moments.
The knife scene, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
cried
remember.
watching that.
I've seen, yes.
I was about to die,
It's
bro. But Screamer came in.
it's definitely solid.
And episode 7.
Hmm.
One's,
This one
uh,
is
what happens really? Hold on.
Snow.
It's snowy.
it
Isn't
has
that
the
cool?
eternal
Honestly,
winter.
it was an okay movie, but the fact that the snow is one of the most memorable parts, I put it in A tier. Not no B tier. B tier.
This
B
has
I'd
tier.
say
also
B
some
tier too.
cat
Yeah, B
scenes,
tier.
bro.
It would be CRD just based on the plot, but the fact that the snow, like we were able to adapt with the snow and all that, and how cool that was to film, I think C tier
Yeah.
Yeah,
or B
makes
I,
tier.
sense.
Sorry,
I
not C tier, B tier.
I think the final battle is kind of like just a weaker version of episode 6.
I know.
I feel like, but I have a pumpkin mask on, and then I think the issue here being it just doesn't seem like much interesting happens going through it right now. It just
Yeah.
seems like there's kind of some mediocre fight scenes. There's that one closet scene where he breaks out,
Oh yeah.
and then there's like a random snip battle and he dies. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And
It's
then
Homie builds himself up, gets all this armor, and then he dies.
he sucks way more than he did prior.
It's because he didn't run,
it
bro.
does seem a little shoehorned, and it's something that had good ideas and was not executed as well as the others in like A or S tier.
Yeah.
It just seems like a reskin of um Delta Base, but like worse.
Hmm. You know, I never really thought about this until a couple of days ago when I was really thinking about these movies. I never realized that, like, 4 and 5 together as a pair are the exact same as 6 and 7 as a pair. They have the same exact plot. The Solutionators come to a base, fight the villainous alliance inside, and eventually go outside for a boss battle. They either kill that boss or he gets away or whatever, and then the movie ends. And then the next movie, they have to go back into the same building and kill all the people again, and then end up back outside. It's the same pair twice.
You know, it's like they're fighting a war and they have to keep skirmishing the bases, right?
No.
They
We have
took the base, so
our
they got to go back.
ways. There's only so many plot structures we could come up with.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we could have come up with something better. I don't
No,
know.
that's
Oh,
all
no.
there is, man.
That's the maximum we could have produced.
Gotta
Right.
go back.
That was our formula. That's the one thing we had to stick by.
Yeah,
It's like a
we have
sitcom.
to just randomly start shooting people in buildings. It just how the plot works.
Yup. You're not wrong.
The best movies are clearly when we do something else than just raid a base and then go outside.
Well,
Um,
Villainous Alliance seems a little different, but it's pretty bad. Well, Villainous Alliance is like the sound and the
It's bad.
fury of Solutionator movies, but it sucks. It's like
yeah,
dizzying and confusing and rambling, but
it's
it
experimental.
Then we go off the plot train. That's what happens. It was just derails everything.
Yeah, the movie literally starts with no explanation as to how we got there. There's still no explanation because it's so out of pocket.
it is avant-garde in its structure, bro. It's out there, but it doesn't come out good.
I think it's got some of the like. It's got a lot of iconic stuff. It's just so bad in everything else, other than those few things like introducing characters and stuff like that. It's just it. It's just got a vibe, you know, of like you're like walking behind these people waiting for them to do something, but they never really do
It
anything.
feels gritty. It feels like dirtier than the other movies. It feels grimier and
more
like
raw.
sweatier.
It's the rock out, bro.
With the camera style especially, it feels like you know you're really there, but in the wrong way.
Yeah, I feel like watching a snuff film when I'm watching that,
That's
bro.
a
It's
great
not.
way of describing it.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we gotta make this look nice, so we gotta get another one in the D tier. So, how we
Is it the
moving
Metal
things
Monster
around?
movie?
What?
Remember, we were the very first Solutionators film
Oh.
was
Oh,
the
no.
Metal
I
Monster, bro.
forgot about that, bro. That was made on
But-
Windows. What? No, wasn't that on a slideshow? Like a
PowerPoint?
PowerPoint slideshow?
PowerPoint.
And then the
Yeah.
next couple movies were made with Windows Movie Maker. But I remember that, bro. The villain was a guy with two mugs in his hand.
Yep. And there wasn't there a scene
Lost
where
media.
it's dragged away.
What?
Yeah, I think someone was dragged. That was a big scene.
Oh,
That was the main scene.
Great scene. Someone
D
dragged.
tier also, but you know.
I think that's a good decision, Ty. I think I'm comfortable with moving that
Yeah.
to D tier.
I'll let it happen, but I'll let you know that I'm not happy about
Okay, understandable.
it.
It's like
I think
Just
that's fine
seething.
C tier also. And I
We're
think
making
I mean
some bold moves.
Where is this one going?
three
I
S
think
tiers
you
is
should stay
really
in S
funny.
tier.
keep it there.
What about this
Yeah.
No, keep it there. S tiers don't move.
one?
We can't.
The
It looks
majority
so
is S
good, though.
tiers.
Okay. How's that?
That's good.
How?
I mean,
Let's-
George Beast is kind of
I
B
think
tier, but
all parties were happy with this one.
I
Okay.
think that's fine. I think this is fine.
I
I
think,
like
I'm
this.
fine with it. I'm fine with that.
yeah, okay.
Satisfied.
Demo.
Kind of like this.
Yeah,
one.
whoa,
Wow.
kinda
Whoa,
like
hold on,
this
hold on,
one.
hold on.
hold on.
Go back.
Tell me what is. Tell me the thing that
Controversial.
is
It is
making
a
you
cla-
love
it's like-
barking
okay,
beasts
think
so
of it-
much.
Think of it
Because
as-
my role is life changing.
But think about all the characters that were introduced in episode 4.
Okay, think
Yeah, I
about,
think
like,
just
if you
because
put a
of
new
the
hope
ambition.
in D tier because it didn't have enough lore as all the other Star Wars movies. That's
Here's-
basically what you're saying. Is that
Well,
it's the first one. You have to have something to
No,
it.
no.
It
Here's
started
the
it.
thing. I
But
think
it doesn't make a
Blood and
lot of
Wine
sense.
is ambitious and it's our most maybe mistakenly avant-garde film, but I
Yeah.
think it deserves some credit for that. I
Well,
think
Villainous
it
Alliance,
deserves-
Villainous Alliance may be D tier, but it's an S tier at heart. You know.
I think
I put it up
this is
to
this is
C
where
tier.
it actually belongs.
yeah,
Actually,
it's secretly there, and all think we're all.
Yeah,
I think we
we
can
all
all agree
know.
that's how we're
We all
thinking,
know.
right?
yes,
Simultaneously.
But we can't.
Right.
We don't have the courage. There we go. That's good.
In the future,
This is
someone
fun.
might be able to.
I think
Maybe
that's
we'll
final.
understand it one day.
Dr. Brains gets its tier of its own. It's happy where it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is the definitive ranking. I mean,
It's
you can't go
definitive.
wrong with this. If you're gonna watch the movies with this in mind, this is the guide. You know, like, that's a good guide for
I
what you
agree.
want to avoid.
So
Well, you should
this
see
first
episode
section's
4.
not going to be so fun, but
Yeah.
here, oh yeah, it's like sprinkled in
Oh
between.
man,
It's a good mixture. It's like very almost beginning, like kind of in the middle, and then the very end.
I think really, if you start with War of the Clones, you're not missing much. You know.
this is true. It's basically like not really important to the continuity except for some characters, but plot-wise, it doesn't have a whole lot of importance prior
Yeah,
to
you
episode.
could start there, like what they call it in media res. You could just like, start there right in the action. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
see what all these guys are.
that's what we were all thinking, right?
Yeah, makes sense. All right, well,
Beautiful.
I think it looks pretty good.